What's up, team? It's Sherman here from Boss Mod. Today we're looking at the ESFJ, like my dad. My dad's an ESFJ. Before we get into it, as always, let's talk about the model that I use here to understand the mental wiring and the code behind MBTI. So you have 4 parts working within your mental wiring, okay? 2 of them help you learn, gather information to make decisions, okay? Let's see, how should we start this? The hero, okay, this is your dominant function, okay? This is how you naturally live and exist within the world, right? For you, as an ESFJ, it's a decision-making function, okay? So, and it's feeling, it's extroverted feeling, okay? We'll get into the class details a little bit later. Yeah, and then let's call it the dwarf healer, okay? This is a cleric, okay? It's all about making decisions that build harmony within the group and the people around you. Your companion is your auxiliary function. This supports your hero directly, okay? And for you, it's introverted sensing. This is a guardian. This is an elf warrior that's really slow and methodical and uses what worked in the past. And this is a learning, perceiving function, okay? But it's based on your past experiences. Then your newbie is your tertiary function, okay? It's extraverted intuition, and this is about exploring possibilities in the abstract world, okay? It doesn't actually look for what really exists, but it looks at something and compares it to something else and something else and something else endlessly, okay? And your newbie is level 10, so sometimes it backfires. The shotgun just doesn't work and then explodes in your face. Might cause you some problems, but you like him. You like your newbie enough. You just wish that he would kind of chill out every once in a while. And then next you have your inferior function or aspirational function. I call that the escort. Escort is AI. You're on a quest to help level him up and help him finish his research or whatever he's doing, and then you can unlock the treasures and actually get to use him properly as he levels up. But it's not easy, and it takes time, and you gotta put in that energy and actually grow up a bit before you really understand how to use them. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back to the hero. Your hero is a cleric, okay? You're a dwarf healer. You like harmony. You want to make sure that everybody's needs are getting met, that people aren't fighting, and you know that it's a very peaceful mood in the environment and whatnot. You don't want one person to get more say than the other people in the group and stuff like that. So looking at some of the abilities that I have down here, Healing Nova, heal all nearby allies, create a harmonious, broad social network. So a lot of your abilities go back to AoE healing, area of effect healing. And in this one, as an ESFJ, as a cleric hero, you treasure, relationships, and you have probably a lot of friends, and you're able to understand them, and they understand you, and you emote and express your feelings, and they do too, and everything's good. Let's see. Healing Globe. Cast a healing globe that expands as it swirls out. Use your communication skills to encourage others. Kind of like speech bubbles coming out of you. Okay, that's what my image of a healing globe is. You're good at boosting morale and communicating properly so that people understand what's going on, and using emotion when you communicate, so that people are, like I said, motivated to keep going. Let's see. Sacrificial heal. Sacrifice some of your health to heal another player. Put aside your own needs for the sake of the group's harmony. You probably do this more than you want to admit. You know that you can kind of handle what's going to happen within yourself. So you take that step back and let other people, enjoy the limelight, I guess, and make sure that their needs are met, and then you can deal with it later, right? Ray of hope, inspire and heal others. Kind of talked about that before. Align weapon, change the alignment of your weapon, so fit your mood to the situation. If you see somebody that's happy, you probably get happy. If you see someone that's crying, feel that too. It's a lot of, I guess, mirroring emotions. And it's just unconscious. It just happens for you, right? A lot of my cleric friends, I actually have a lot of them, really like watching dramas and movies and stuff that are highly emotional because they feel it too and they get really involved in it. Pretty cool. I think that's about enough. Got a lot of them linked in the website. I'll link it below so you can go read them. Okay, so you have your cleric. Your cleric's cool, he's a healer, but a healer doesn't quite accomplish everything and can't heal himself as well as he can heal other people, right? You can't tank and DPS and heal at the same time. So within your mental wiring, you have that companion that I talked about before. And something that's very cool is that it's a tank. And tanks and healers work really well together. So your companion is all about seeing the world and then bringing in all that tangible information and kind of putting it in this mental database and sorting it out, and then using the most important information to kind of carry you forward. So it's slow, right? Because it takes processing time of seeing something and then going back and blah, blah, blah. And this gives you a lot of, so how can I word this? It makes you want to stick with what works. So you see something or you do something one time, and then the next time that instance comes up, you're like, oh yeah, this worked before, so let's do this again. It's kind of like studying how people go through raids, right? And like how they beat all these bosses, and then you read it, you're like, okay, that makes sense, let's do that when we go through this raid. You learn from watching authority figures, right? Trusted authority figures that you respect, not just anybody, but like if you respect somebody and you see them as an authority, then you kind of internalize how they work, and you can use that to match the situation. Anything else? Yeah, routine, habit. Those are all kind of something that you probably appreciate. So the two of you work really well together, like I said, and you're good at handling, pretty much any situation that comes up. You can adapt your style to fit the mood of the group, kind of like that social chameleon type style. And that's pretty cool. You get a lot of strength from doing that, right? And you build those big, broad social networks through doing that. Your newbie, though, kind of throws a wrench in that. And like I said, it's extroverted intuition, so that's like a dwarf hunter, gunslinger, right, with this big shotgun that just runs out there and starts shooting stuff, right, just to see what happens, see if it bleeds, right? And this is kind of where you get your creativity, I guess. Like you're able to see something and then compare it to something else, and then something else and something else, and bounce around, kind of like, I don't know, Robin Williams or something like that. His kind of humor, right? So it's a nice addition to the group, but he's level 10, and level 10 is not, high enough to roll with the big boys, right? You and your companion are like level 30, right? So he's getting an idea of how the group works and how, these monsters fight and whatnot, but there are still some things that just don't click within your gunslinger newbie's, understanding of the game. But it's quick, right? He is quick to take action and explore things. And your companion is not, right? Your companion wants to take the path that everybody has traveled just to make sure that you get to where you want to go. Whereas your newbie is like, let's just cut through this forest and the lake and then all these monsters and we'll be fine. We'll reach the goal faster. Very quick, which is good for you in the sense that you're both, let's see, how can I word this? The hero, okay, your hero style is extroverted. Your newbie style is also extroverted. You're both dwarves. So it's easy to communicate. It's like you speak the same language, right? So when you get stressed out, you might listen to that gunslinger and just take quick action. You see something, then you just run in there and you deal with it without actually thinking of what happened in the past and what worked before. I hope that made sense. Yeah, so understand that the gunslinger, the newbie, is there. Give him time to grow, but don't rely on him to do all the scouting and all the damage, right? You want to let your tank do most of the learning, the information gathering. After that, you have your escort. Your escort is AI. He's on a mission to do something, and you have to deal with that. So he's the one that's gonna pull random monsters and run in there and break all the dragon eggs and spawn all the dragons, right? But if you want to unlock his power, then you need to help him out. And in your case, your escort is Introverted Thinking. This is the mirror opposite of your hero ability. And I consider Introverted Thinking like an arcanist, an elf mage. Okay, so it's all logical, and it's isolated logic, like personal understandings of how the world works, and using that as leverage to make decisions. But it's an escort. It's pretty uncontrollable, right? So it gets bugged every once in a while and causes those problems. When you get really stressed out and there's like a lot of chaos around you and you can't make that harmonious environment that you really like, then this is when the arcanist starts messing things up even more and just runs out there and starts like attacking the situation with logic, right? And ignoring people's feelings and just doing what makes technical sense. And this is not where you want to be for the most part, right? You've probably gotten into these situations yourself where you're just like, wow, that wasn't me. I was being an asshole. Sorry, And that's just because you ran out of your heroic energy, and then your escort came out and just wreaked havoc. So be aware of it, acknowledge it when it comes up, and then shift to your newbie, which is Extraverted Intuition, gunslinger, right? Switch to him and just look at the world around you and kind of imagine the possibilities of what is happening, how people are interacting. And then that'll loop you back into your hero style and give you that ability to help people feel good about themselves again. And then you get to focus again on your hero and your companion's bond of helping people physically feel good in situations and meeting their physical needs in situations. Yeah, I think that's about it. So use your companion for motivation and growth, and that'll help you get into your flow state of helping people and learning from routine and authority and what worked before. Okay, well, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comments, whatever, write below and I will respond. All right, good luck, have fun. See ya.